Robert Mills from ABC knew not to call me Eric the Midget. Why do I get no respect then? Why? Why do I get this? Why, when I go out to Los Angeles and I am under your auspices, you allow this type of, shall I say, disrespect? What are you going to do about it?
I want you to see this man, and I want you to explain to him.
Give this job to 𝗛𝗵𝐺𝗲.
What happens if there's no apology, Eric?
I'll just have to wait till there is one.
Oh, you'll just wait?
Has Johnny gotten on this? Has he accepted your orders and gotten on it?
I'm not sure. I haven't asked him yet.
How long does he have?
Not sure.
And you're mad at Johnny in that voicemail. Because even you're saying, hey, Johnny, you were standing there. Why didn't you tell the guy right then and there? You say Eric the actor.
Yeah, how could your guy stand there and let you be disrespected like that?
So you are mad at Johnny.
Not completely.
But you're angry with him. If I had been standing there, I would have said, listen, assholes. You refer to him as Eric the actor.
If I was standing there, I'd say, look, assholes, make sure you say Eric the Midget.
See, that's why you're not standing there.
I think that's what Johnny said.
That's why you don't get to go to L.A. with Eric.
Oh, good for him. Eric the little fucking midget.
I would like to know if Johnny even noticed.
He didn't.
Eric, you want my advice? Eric the actor is not funny. Eric the Midget's funny.
I don't give a shit if it's not funny or not. It's a fucking disrespectful name.
But you're trying to build a career, and we got to go with what sells.
Eric the loser.
You're trying to build a career, and you're building a shithouse. You don't know what you're doing. You got Howard's giving you advice. Listen, you know, the name is important in Hollywood.
Why don't you get back in that little car and drive around until they see you again?
Yeah.
And then tell them what your name is.
I mean, Eric, I don't think I'm insulting you when I tell you you're not a leading man. I mean, you're a character actor. And look at this guy, Fatty Arbuckle. You ever hear of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
You think he liked that name, Fatty?
Yeah, I think he was fat.
He was fat, by the way. He was like, you know when a skinny guy and they call him Fatty? This guy was fat.
Yeah, big guy, they call him Tiny.
Artie used to be heavy set. What I mean, how would you like to be called Fatty Lange?
Well,
You wouldn't like it. Admit it.
I have credits in movies where I only have a few lines. And
Fatty Lange.
And on IMDb it just says fat guy.
See, it doesn't make you feel good.
But with a PH.
But you know that Fatty Arbuckle did it because it built a career around it. And then, of course, I think he ended up in jail.
And then
yeah.
Died a horrible, lonely death. Yeah. But, you know, look, that might not happen to you. If I were you, I'd get back in that little car and drive off a cliff.
Do you think he preferred... Would you think Fatty Arbuckle would have preferred to be called Adam Arbuckle and have no career? Or have a career and be Fatty Arbuckle? What do you think, Eric?
I guess the other being called, you know, Fatty Arbuckle and having a career.
Exactly. That's the way I look at it.
It backfires on people when they have an embarrassing name and they don't get the career. Like there's a road comic named 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
I know Looney.
Do you know Looney?
I know Skip. Yeah, he used to do our show.
Maybe that's how I know him.
He's from the Uncle Floyd show.
Yeah, Looney.
Is he still doing comedy on the road?
He might be. So, you know, sometimes it doesn't work as well. I mean, I'm sure Looney has, you know, some fun.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
You call him Looney when you say, hey, Looney.
I call him Looney.
That's the best ever, 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍. It's so great. I think I once had him on. I know what it was. Here's a story. I was at NBC Radio. And when I was in Washington, I used to have a bunch of guys who worked with me called the Think Tank. And these were three guys who were funny. One of the guys had a funny laugh.
Right.
And I got to NBC, and they were ripping apart my act. They basically had disassembled the whole show. Robin wasn't on the show. Fred, they reluctantly let him come in, but they wouldn't let him talk.
Did Fred work with you in Washington?
Yeah.
You were there, and so you guys worked with these guys, the think tank, right?
Yeah. So we worked with these guys at the think tank. Of course, they wouldn't let me bring the think tank to New York. It would have been too much money, and they hated my guts anyway. NBC.
It was already costing too much.
Yeah, it was already costing too much. And they were already plotting to get rid of me.
Right.
So, and wreck my career. So anyway, I had a friend, Brian Battles, who I knew from radio, who worked with me in Hartford, and he had kind of a strange laugh. So I said, hey, Brian, you mind coming up and doing the first couple of shows with me, and if something grabs you, let that crazy laugh of yours out. And you'd just be in the background. You won't even be mic'd. Thought it would be funny, because no one, on NBC, you never heard anything like that.
Nobody was laughing.
Everything was very sterile.
Right.
So he had this weird laugh, like, whatever it is. So Brian comes up all the way from Hartford. He's excited.
To laugh,
and just kind of be part of the ambiance of the room.
It's a good gig, man.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a job or anything. It was just like, hey, help me get through the first day, so let's see what happens, kind of thing. And we do the first show, and Pig Vomit, the program director, Pig Virus, he writes me an immediate email. He goes, I don't know Brian Battles. He goes, but if I ever see him in that studio again or hear of him in the building, I will have him thrown out and evicted. I don't want anybody laughing on the show.
Wow.
Can you imagine getting a memo like that? I'll have the guy thrown out.
I think it's funny that Howard got an email in 1981.
Well, no, I said I got a memo.
You said email.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
I'm just funny.
I meant a memo.
I thought I heard memo.
But anyway, I get this memo, and everyone at NBC gets the memo, too. Like, this was part of the humiliation of working at NBC.
That's unbelievable. He said, I don't want anyone laughing.
Yeah, he didn't understand why this guy was in the studio. He had not bargained for it, nor had it been approved by him. This is how horrible my life was then. I mean,
knowing you now,
I was miserable.
Knowing you now, I can't imagine.
I was insane.
You having to listen to somebody like that. Having to acknowledge it.
That's why the movie Private Parts worked so well for me, because it was like every time in radio you go to a new market, and you finally break free of the program director and don't have to listen to them anymore. Then you leave for a better market.
Right.
And you're right back at square one. And it is absolutely maddening. And if I had to go through it all over again, I couldn't. It's a young man's game.
Well, I think you do it because you don't realize it's going to keep happening.
Right.
One of my favorite parts of Private Parts is when I feel your pain so much. Like, you're so happy that the ratings are big or what you... Yeah. And then I think it's in Washington, and one of the sales guys tells you because of your content, they're losing sponsors.
Right, nobody will buy the show.
And he goes, look, this isn't some furniture store. This is Stereo fucking City.
Right. Well, that's what it was always like. One step forward, two steps back.
Right.
Like the Paul Abdul song. Anyway,
She gets it.
She gets it. Paul Abdul gets it. That's why. By the way, that's why she can't speak English. She's a completely broken woman.
Because of her songs, I wear a patch that delivers me pain medication.
So anyway, so poor Brian couldn't even be part of our show, and somehow me in my wormy way went, hey, Brian, I didn't want to insult him by saying the pig virus. Never want them in the studio again.
Right, you'll be arrested and thrown out.
So I just basically never gave him a reason why he was back or whatever. I don't know what I did. I tried to ease the pain and make it nice. So then I said, gee, I really missed that element on my show. And the Uncle Floyd show was on. And Uncle Floyd had a guy
in the background who laughed at a lot of stuff. It was 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't know that. I thought it was just a cameraman with a weird laugh, because there was always one guy.
No, it was 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱. That
was Looney.
And Looney sometimes would be on camera. He'd come in and say, "Hey, Floyd."
Right.
And do this wild sort of joke or, you know, kind of funny joke or something and then leave. So I figured, well, Pig Virus isn't going to challenge 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋 because Looney's on TV. It's not the same as Brian doing the laugh. We'll get 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋, who's famous. Of course, the Uncle Floyd show was on like a UHF channel on channel 38 or something.
Right, you can hardly pull it in.
He was famous in Paramus, New Jersey.
Well, he had a local following.
But Uncle Floyd in Jersey was huge.
I asked Looney if he would come in and sort of hang out and laugh. Right, Fred?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I remember this.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
So Looney comes in.
I can't wait to hear where it's going.
Well, I'm not even sure I remember where it's going. I'm going to have to rely on Fred and Robin's memory. But I believe what happened was Looney came in a couple of times, and he was a lot of fun. Yeah. And a good guy, kind of got it, knew that, you know, he wasn't like sort of an on-mic guy. He was just kind of in the background there, and once in a while chime in. And I believe Pig Virus was steaming.
Oh, yeah.
Steaming.
Hated it.
Hated 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋. And if I remember correctly, didn't a memo come?
Another one.
Same one.
Same memo.
It's like he just whited out the other name, put in 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋's name.
In other
I
words,
will have him thrown out of the building.
And
it was anything, you know, close to fun is not allowed here.
Yeah.
So by head between my legs, I had to go to Looney, who was, of course, a big television star, and say, Looney, look.
Dear Looney.
Looney, I got a memo.
How do you write a letter to that?
I don't know what I'm going to say, but you can't come. You're not allowed in the building anymore. He goes, what did I do? What did I do? You think I'm not allowed in the NBC building anymore?
Looney, you were laughing.
You were having fun.
So Looney was banned from the show. And even years later, when I had Uncle Floyd, I don't think Looney was allowed in.
No, he couldn't come in.
That's right. And so that's the story of 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋.
That's great.
And, you know, it was unbelievable to me that this Pig Virus, who had never been on the air, who had never gotten an 8 share in Washington, D.C.
He might have been on, I think he was one of those, like, wonderkins, like, that got a job in radio when he was, like, 16 years old.
Whatever.
But it was shit radio.
Yeah, it was shit radio. And you know, and here's a guy who had been in my shoes. They're hiring me because I have an ear for this thing. And he's just emasculating me that whoever I bring in is no good, horrible, terrible. And quite frankly, I mean, he was against Fred. He was against Robin. He was against anyone.
Against everything and anything.
But, you know, with those people, I could at least put up a fight.
Right.
The 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋, I couldn't.
You couldn't justify Looney.
I couldn't win the 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋 battle.
You should have gotten even more famous. Like, now we're bringing in 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗋.
Yeah.
Well, there was a guy who originally used to laugh on my show. His name was, who was the guy in the think tank? Steve 𝗛𝘄𝗿𝗋𝗋. I couldn't think of his name. He's a good guy. I think he's still in radio. The guy, I found him, Steve was like in a non-related business. He was in a car dealer? Something like that.
I think he sold medical supplies.
That's what it was.
Was it medical supplies?
Yeah. And he was a funny guy.
That's a great side job.
And I think after we left Washington, of course we couldn't bring him to NBC, he became a news guy in Washington.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
𝗛𝘵𝘄𝗿𝗋𝗋, yeah, he became a newsman on the all-news station or something. Yeah.
For some reason, that name sounds familiar to me. Maybe
We've mentioned 𝗛𝘵𝘄𝗿𝗋 before.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Maybe you've seen him out there on the road.
Maybe, he was part of the magic. Part of the magic. And, you know, so I couldn't bring Steve to New York. They would never have done that. And Steve had a wife and 2 kids. He was, you know, he couldn't have come on the road for $4.
I don't think Steve had any kids at that time.
No?
No.
I thought he did.
Oh, New York City with 10 grand a year. It's your oyster.
Howard, you stayed in this house. You didn't notice there were no children there.
I thought I saw children, but I realized it was Fred.
You stayed with Steve Ciccone?
Lived with Steve for a month. Fred and I...
I'm reading something here now. Steve Ciccone is a former radio and TV talk show host who's been fishing on the Potomac since the mid-1960s. He fishes local tournaments and writes for several publications covering the Bassmasters tournament trail for radio and newspapers. So apparently, I guess he no longer fishes tournaments to focus his attention on his clients. He always takes his clients to the best spots. Well, he's doing what he loves.
Yeah.
He takes people fishing.
Yeah.
He's in the fishing business?
Like a professional fisherman.
And he takes people fishing and teaches them to fish.
He's a guide. I guess he has a captain's license. And he writes for publications.
No kidding. That's great.
It sounds peaceful.
Sounds like a wonderful thing to do.
Sounds like he's happy.
He's a very personable guy.
You know. Gee, I wonder if he misses laughing.
I'm sure he laughs when he's going for bass.
No, you can't. You got to be very serious.
You got to be quiet.
Oh, I've been on some bass trips, Robin. You can laugh. You know how?
Look at what Gary just handed me. Afternoon drive with Art Rooney. He's no longer 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
He had to get out of the 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍 business.
Oh, cool. Art Rooney.
Art Rooney has had a very successful television career during his time as 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍 with the Uncle Floyd Show. He has always kept his hands in radio, working in major markets in Florida and New York, and has found a home on WGHT. He was a regular on Howard Stern's show on 66 WNBC in the 80s. And remains one of the best jocks in the business. There he is. 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍𝗍 is no longer 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍𝗍. He's Art Rooney.
That's got to be how I know the name. Well, for Uncle Floyd and you, because that name just sounded funny to me to talk about.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
Art Rooney, yeah.
There you go, Rob.
Wow.
Art Rooney. All right, anyway, so that's the story.
A walk down memory lane.
Howard, there's another comedian out there. His name's Go Crazy Lenny. I swear to God, that's his official name. And I've seen him at clubs, and his bit is at the end of his... You can't follow him, because at the end of his set...
He goes crazy.
He goes crazy, and he strips down to just a pair of green Speedos. He's about 6'8" with a mustache. He looks like Michael Richards. And he starts... He tells the whole crowd to say, chant, Go Crazy Lenny. So everyone's going, Go Crazy Lenny, go crazy. And he takes whipped cream, and he sprays it all over the crowd. It's all over the stage. So, like, the host has to come back up, and he's slipping on the stage. I mean, the guy's been doing it for years, and his name is, like, Go Crazy Lenny. That's
so your point is, Eric the Midget seems to be the name, whether Eric likes it or not.
You need it, man.
Go with it.
Yeah, we were just talking about this the other day. Like, the goofy name of my book, Too Fat to Fish. For some reason, Letterman thinks that's a goofy name, and he uses it sometimes.
Eric, you see what we're saying? I know you don't like the name, but I think it's become you.
Hardly any little person out there likes that name, Midget.
Right.
How many of you watch TLC?
No one.
None of us.
Nobody.
We're heterosexual.
They have a little people, big world, little couple, and another family. I watched the other show with the other family the other night. The father of that family said that, plain as day, that word midget is a very disrespectful word to use towards little people.
Yes, I agree, because, you know, I, too, have studied this. Now, I have heard that the word midget...
Fuck off.
I have heard that the word...
Fucking word.
I think you ought to start a movement. Midget is good. Dwarf is bad.
Little person bad.
Resembling a human?
Think about it.
Bro, we're starting to analyze this. I think you got a cause.
That's bullshit. You don't resemble a human.
I say you embrace your name, Eric the Midget, and say, no way. If anyone calls me Eric the Dwarf, I will become irate.
Don't call me Dwarf.
Right.
I'm not embracing that name.
No, you have to.
You're so funny.
You're crazy not to go with it. If you become Eric the actor, who's going to care about you?
Right.
No one. A lot of actors out there, man, but not a lot of midgets.
Now, Eric the actor is Eric Roberts.
By the way, I know many actors. None of them call themselves the actor.
No.
Yeah.
And my point about that is, if you got to call yourself the actor, are you really an actor? Like, it's not Meryl. Her name's Meryl Streep. It's not Meryl the actress.
There's one guy in L.A. He's famous. He's got a big car, and he writes Dennis Woodruff actor on it. And he drives around trying to get parts, and he never gets a part.
Right.
Because they think it's weird that he calls himself actor.
Would you at least think about what I'm saying?
No.
And go back and do some more research on Midget, because your argument doesn't hold water about why it's bad, just because some guy on TLC said so.
Yeah, Little People, Big World, who cares? Hey, you know, you should pitch a show called Little People, Big Cocks.
Well, Eric, I think at this point, everyone knows you as ETM. You know. It's almost...
Evil Troll Mongoloid.
What is that?
I don't give a shit if that's what they know me by. It's not the right thing.
All right, well... Hey.
That is what's great about Eric Howard, because he's always got the opposite viewpoint of what you think he's going to have.
And it doesn't matter what argument you give him. You can't shake him.
This would be like if Curly from the Three Stooges grew his hair and insisted everybody call him Jerome.
Well, he kind of did, and that's why it all ended.
Did he really? Is that what happened?
Curly was a very troubled man. One of the most brilliant comedians that's ever lived, and of course was never respected in his day. I told you, if Curly was alive today, Curly would be pulling in...
He'd be Jim Carrey. He'd be huge.
He'd be Jim Carrey? He'd be fucking Jenny McCarthy. Not Jim Carrey. Okay, so...
He'd be at least Tom Green.
Curly, believe it or not, the worst part of it for him was that he had to shave his head. Curly, out of all the brothers of the three, the Three Stooges, he was a ladies' man. He was an expert ballroom dancer.
Dancer, right, I heard about that.
Oh, he could have been on Dancing with the Stars.
He would have blown away the competition. He was light on his feet. He was a tremendous physical comedian. And the fact that he had to be sort of keep his weight up and shave his head for the character drove him insane.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did he have to gain weight,
yes,
too?
Because he was an incredible ladies' man. When I say ladies' man, this guy, he got more pussy than any guy you could name today. And I'm talking about bigger than Brad Pitt.
Frank Sinatra.
This guy went through Hollywood and women like you wouldn't even know.
This guy got Magic Johnson pussy.
Curly.
Wow.
And he became very bitter about the Three Stooges because it took away from his ladies' man image. It made him look like a buffoon.
Uh-huh.
So he was conflicted about it.
Which is what this show does with me, by the way.
Right. Which is very much like Eric the Midget. I mean, here's a guy who's getting famous from his name, Eric the Midget.
Yeah.
And he's saying, I'm suffering.
I'm fighting it.
I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it.
And Curly died young.
Curly died an unhappy man. I don't want Eric to go out that way.
There's a Three Stooges movie I watched once that the ending is dark. He's in the hospital dying, and Mo, according to this movie, Mo goes to him and gets him to sign something that, like, gives any money that he made off that he might make in the future to Mo.
Oh, geez.
You know, from the residuals that never happened, I guess.
That's business.
Yeah,
Mo was always thinking.
In fact, Artie, I need you to sign something.
And shave your head.
And shave my head. I did that once on Coke, by the way.
All right, Eric, I hear what you're saying. Let me know what happens if Johnny can get TMZ to apologize to you. I'd like to hear the final, the sort of the wrap-up to that, okay?
Yeah, but
Does Eric object to midget cars? Because I've heard that term.
Yes, he does.
He does?
Yes. You don't like midget cars, right?
No, not really.
By the way, I have heard this whole thing that midget is the same thing as the N-word, and I went out and I tried a little experiment. I found a random little person, and I said, hey, midget. And then I found a random black guy, and I said, hey, nigger. And it turns out there's a huge difference. One will get you smacked in the shin, and the other one will get your fucking ass kicked.
All right, Eric. I got to go because I'm running late. It's an hour and 18 minutes into the show. I haven't taken a break.
Check out the Idol.
See you later, Eric.
Let me hear this.
JFSC.TV.
What?
Check out the last Idol show tonight on the JFSC.TV.
Who do you... By the way, I voted last night.
You did? Who did you vote for?
I certainly did. I voted for Adam Lambert.
Well, he doesn't need a vote.
Why not?
Because he's going to win.
No.
The other guy needs votes.
One thing about American Idol, and one thing about the American electorate, you know, if you just say someone's going to win, therefore I don't have to vote, it's not going to happen. You have to vote. The votes have to be there. Everyone knows that about Idol.
And they're already starting to call him Adam Lambert. Did you notice that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is Beth left the room disgusted when I was texting American Idol. I wonder if my vote's registered. I just voted, and I'll have to take a look at my texting.
By the way, another story about how fucked up this country is with counting votes. You know the guy Ravi I was supporting?
Yeah. He won?
It's a runoff.
Oh, no.
And they don't know who won. So Ravi is still out there with flyers. And I see Ravi and I say, "What's up, you little Arab?" Because of the guy who called up about he thinks the guy's Arab. And I said, "You got me in trouble with the Italians." And he's like, there's a runoff, so would you come to a fundraiser? And I was like, no, I've done enough.
Yeah.
But vote for Ravi if you have a chance.
Eric, I got to go. I'm running late, and Miss Howard TV's here. I said I'd interview her.
Oh, there's a Miss Howard TV today?
Good-looking girl, too. I saw 3 pictures of her. I was like, whoa. Then that inspired me to go on her website.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's Haitian.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Wow.
She's Haitian.
Oh, my. She's very naked.
Yeah.
That's a black woman.
That sure is. I was so into this one. I went on her website and was like looking at all her pictures, and she's called the Haitian Beauty or something.
I wondered why Robert De Niro was in the lobby.
He should be. All right, Eric, I got to run. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Idol show tonight.
All right, Eric, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, Eric, I like that message he left for Johnny. I've got to take a break. We're going to naked or, mostly nude or with a little towel on. I mean, that Chase State or whatever it is now, City Field. Some Met fan came out, like, almost nude.
Well, Met fans love seeing cock.
Maybe that's it.
It's a gay team.
No one gets nude on Yankee Stadium still. Not that $80 dirt.
The first streaker at City Field showed Mets fans how to get a Major League wedgie last night. A nearly naked goof wearing a towel wrapped like a thong around the middle of his strikes. He wasn't even naked. He had a towel on.
He had a thong.
But they run on the field. I mean, these are grown men. What the fuck is wrong with them?
A Met fan and a thong? How odd.
But in all seriousness, what kind of mentality? Like, I'm such a straight shooter.
It would never occur to you.
No, And
you wouldn't be betting your friends about that.
No, like, I go to a game, and I never say to myself, what would it be like to be nude and run out there and run to second base and slide into second base?
But I don't understand the people even who get into costume.
Yeah.
Because they need this attention.
I wish I could say I wasn't like this shithead, but at a Nets game in 1984, I went with my buddy, and he dared me to run out on the court, grab the basketball from Albert King, this guy, Bernard King's brother.
You're kidding me.
And grab it and turn around and take a shot.
So explain that to me. Good. I got a hold of a specimen here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was 17. I was 17.
I don't care what you were.
Okay.
I mean, what? No, don't be sorry. I mean, but what would drive you to do that? I mean, like, what do you think it'd do? You wanted attention, huh?
The kid, my buddy Kevin Eichhorn, I'll never forget this. We were at a Nets game, and it was halftime. And we gave the security guard like $20 to let us go down.
But what do you think psychologically was going on? Do you ever sit down?
Well, me, 3 of my other friends gave me $10 a piece. I made $30.
I forget
which
that.
was a big amount of money at the time.
I don't think it was about the money. I think it was. What do you think was going on? Like
I wanted to make my friends laugh. I was like a class clown, whatever. Listen, here's what was happening. The halftime had just ended. Okay, right. So before halftime, the guys come out for a shoot around. I know you don't know that in your celebrity suite.
No, I don't go to a suite. I sit there.
I know, I'm kidding.
But the fact of the matter is, I mean, if my friends, I remember high school, listen,
Howard is so mad at
I didn't have a lot of money. No, I'm not mad at you. I just don't understand. I mean, if my friend said to me, hey, Howard, take your clothes off and run to second base, and I'll give you $10. I'd say, listen, asshole, why don't you go fuck the president or something? Right. Why don't you go, I mean, that would be, I'd say that's absurd.
I'm not your dancing monkey.
No matter what.
You know what? I'm not going to go out there and make a jackass out of myself for you. But
no matter what, I would keep my clothes on. That's the first thing.
Well, I know that.
But, so there are some things you will.
I'm not an asshole. Right. But, again, if you remember New York in the 70s, the mentality, pick up, it's so different now. Pick up the 1977 World Series, the game I talk about, when Reggie hits the 3 home runs. When there's 2 outs in the 9th inning, everyone leaves the stands. The bleacher crazy motherfucker.
Except me.
They leave the stands, and Reggie, there's video of Reggie with 2 outs looking right in back of him, 10 feet in back of him.
Right.
Are people with their legs over the wall. The legs are in play.
Yeah.
And they're waiting to just fucking charge and go crazy. And that's the mentality I was sort of brought up in. And people, some people still have that, and they're lonely now because no one else is like that. But
you grabbed the ball from
my father threw me on the fucking field when I was 10. So listen what I did.
Yeah.
So the shoot-around is ending, and the second half's going to start. Albert King, who was the great Bernard King's brother, right? He was on the Nets. My buddy said, just go grab the ball from him and just fucking turn around and take a shot.
Oh,
so I'm like, oh, man. And the security guard who let us down for $20 is saying, just be cool, guys, And so Albert King grabs a rebound. Instead of shooting it, he just throws the ball up. And for some and the ball is bouncing there. It's just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. And I go, fuck it. I just bolted out onto the court. I grabbed it. I dribbled it twice. I turned around. And from the top of the key there, I took a shot.
How'd you do? Did you get it in?
It hit the rim and it didn't go in. But it hit the rim. At least it wasn't an air ball.
Right.
2 security guards run over and just tackle my ass like fucking like fucking Lawrence Taylor tackling Joe Theismann.
They didn't think you were a professional basketball player? You didn't blend in?
I was 17. I had a cheesy mustache and like a shitty tan. And these 2 guys just fucking... And, these security guards are waiting for something to happen. They're so bored the whole game. Now they got a chance to tackle some asswipe,
Yeah, right.
They ran out, like, 2 guys hit me, and I was like rolling around. I remember the guy going, you motherfucker, we got you now, motherfucker.
Did they arrest you?
They put me in handcuffs, and they took me off, and the entire crowd is booing me.
Right.
Then the asshole chant started. Asshole.
You actually chanted at a game, asshole?
Everyone chanted asshole. It was a Nets game in 1984. There were 10 people.
Right.
So now they escort me into this back room, and they're scaring the shit out of me. You're like, you wait here, motherfucker. So I'm waiting there handcuffed for like 10 minutes. And now I have, also I should say, I had a 10-timer on the game. I had $50 on the game.
Did you say anything to them? Did you say
No,
anything?
I was being very polite.
Right.
My old man always taught me, you get arrested, you just be yes, sir, no, sir.
It's a good dad.
Did your father ever give you suggestions of what to do when you were arrested?
No, my father always assumed I'd never be arrested.
That's how I was raised.
I would have gotten the shit beaten out of me.
Miss California was raised in a certain way, and I was raised in a certain way.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm going, oh, fuck, because that's all I could think about is my old man. Because, I had been in trouble before, and when that happened, like, he didn't like coming to get me.
Right.
So they make me wait there and stew for 10 minutes, which was scary. They come back, they go, all right, you know what, you lucked out. We're just going to kick you out of the game.
Right.
So they take my ticket stub so I can't get back in, because back then, you show your stub, you're right back in. Now, listen to my crazy luck. I go outside, they just toss me outside. So now I'm waiting for my buddies. I'm like, oh, they'll figure they'll come out. No, they stay to watch the rest of the game. They don't give a fuck.
Why not?
So I'm sitting out there. It's a little chilly out. And I'm only outside for 5 minutes. This fucking guy comes up in like a cashmere coat with a smoking hot chick. He's leaving the game early. And he goes, and he looks at me and he goes, what's your problem? Why are you out here? I'm like, I got kicked out of the game, man. I can't get back in. And he's with a really hot chick. So he goes, here's my stub, man. These are front row seats. Take these. So he gives me two ticket stubs for front fucking row. I'm talking about like the seats you sit in now, all right? God. So I walk to another gate. I show the stubs, they go, come right in. So now my buddies are up in the fucking shit seats. I go down, the security guard throws me out on the other side. I keep my head down. I had like one of them 𝗛𝗿𝗄𝗿𝗍 hats, you know them. So I put a hat over my eyes so the security guys couldn't see me. I turned my coat inside out, and I said, hey, these are my seats. Howard, I watched the rest of the game from the front row. And
it was the best thing ever happened to you.
And my buddies, like, into the fourth quarter, they see me in the front row. They're like, you just fucking took an illegal shot. So my one buddy, Neil, and my other buddy, Kevin, come down. They go, what? And I tell the guards.
How'd you get there?
I tell the guards, I don't know these guys. I'm trying to sit here and enjoy the game.
And they threw them out.
They didn't throw them out, but they had to sit in the upper deck the rest of the time.
That's great. That is so great.
And the Nets covered.
Wow.
I won $50.
You won money, too.
Artie's lucky day. Unbelievable.
But I was pissed off, much like Gary, that I missed the shot.
Hateman actually registered a complaint about Gary's pitch. You know,
really?
he called him. Do you want to hear him?
Yes, I would definitely like to know what he thought of Gary's shot.
I think you can predict what he says, Rob.
Yeah. What do you think? You think he was sympathetic?
Bobo Booey, retard pitch. Wow, you did a dynamite job throwing that pitch, man. I saw it on fucking the Met game on Saturday. Unbelievable. The fucking ball was only about 8 to 10 feet fucking out of the fucking strike zone. I mean, you throw like a fucking girl. You fucking jerk off. Artie, you were like right behind the fucking plate there. I saw you. You losing weight, you guinea bastard. Unfucking believable. From now on, that'll be known as the fucking Bobo Booey retard pitch. You stupid fucking guinea fucking greaseball fucking cocksucker. You should have had some fucking olive oil in your fucking hair and got it on your fingers and thrown the real fucking guinea fucking spitter. You stupid fucking retard. You throw like a fucking cunt. Like a 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 cunt.
Over and over and over again.
You know why I think he's really Italian, that guy? Because he didn't go, guinea, 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 guinea. Guinea, 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 guinea.
I don't know what he is, but he's huge.
First of all, he said kind of a nice thing. He's like, Artie, you look like you're losing weight.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, you actually got
shout out for you.
You got a nice little comment there.
You look like you're losing weight, you guinea bastard.
Eric, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Everybody.
Hey, there's a couple ugly couples or odd couples in Hollywood, and I was watching that VH1 Rockstar Wives. Do you think there's an odder-looking couple than you and Beth?
No, in fact, listen, whether I don't think I'm particularly good-looking, but Beth thinks we look good together, and that's all that matters to me.
You're height appropriate.
No.
Right. It's not that odd. I think there's odder couples.
Yeah, you see us together, we make a nice-looking couple, I think. I don't think we look odd together, but
I'm not
going to
name names, but there are a lot of odd couples.
Oh, I'll name them, Rob. Email them to me.
It really sounds like.
All right, let me play a bunch of things here that are sitting around, including that game, but I just want to get through a bunch of things, get them out of my computer. All right, here's a bunch of voicemails that came in. Yucko, the clown's been trying to get booked on the show, so Yucko used Gary's latest health problem. Gary has a kidney stone so big that it could actually shut down his entire kidney, and they're saying if they can't blast it out with a sonogram type.
No, ultrasound.
Ultrasound. If they can't blast it out with that, they got to put a camera and a tube up his cock and, like, fish it out. Or else his whole kidney will shut down. So anyway, Yucko used that to his advantage.
Hey, Gary, it's your kidney stone. I'm in your urethra right now. I'm going to fucking rip your dick apart when I come out. So you better book Yucko the Clown. You better fucking book me, or I'm going to call a bunch of my friends to get in your left fucking kidney, and we're going to fucking have a fucking rock party in your fucking kidney. So give me a call back.
Very creative way to get booked.
And I'm going to be there Wednesday and Thursday, man. So
I'm the kidney stone. Except Yucko screwed it up. He goes, I'm the kidney stone, so you better book me.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Yeah, why would the kidney stone be begging to be booked?
Better book Yucko. And then he just hounded Gary all day with that.
Hey, Gary. Hey, when you squeeze that rock out of your fucking cock, give me a call. All right? What the fuck? Kidney stones? Is that why you're not calling me back? What the fuck? Come on. Call me!
He doesn't lighten up. He keeps doing it all day.
Come on, Gary, call me. How the fuck do you get the Tums past your gums anyway?
How do you get the Tums past your gums? See? So he just tortures them all day. Goes on all
that's
day.
a good way to get booked. Torture the booker?
Yeah, I'll have to book him. Ass Napkin Ed called Gary. I know he used to call Artie all the time until Artie changed his number. And Artie used to say it was too many calls. In this call, Ass Napkin Ed calls Gary and then can't even remember
why he called.
Can't remember his phone number.
That happens sometimes, too, when he would call me.
Well, he's probably drunk or something, isn't he?
I don't know, because Gary said it's unbelievable. The guy couldn't remember his phone number.
Gary, Napkin, I have to talk to you about a few things.
I like that his name is Napkin now.
You know my number. It's 71656. Or, wait a minute. Well, you know the number. Give me a call back. You can't have always someone doing your dirty work for you. Give me a call back.
Yeah, I think Gary's been pawning him off on Will or Jason to call, and then Gary did call him back. And he said Ass Napkin couldn't even remember what he wanted to talk about.
Oh, boy.
Dan Howard, he left that other voicemail, and he did remember.
Oh, yeah, here's what he wanted to talk about.
Gary, it's Napkin. I remembered one of the things I called about. I bought a pocket pussy. I made love to her, and I wouldn't know how to fix it because I blew the tunnel part out, made it fart noise.
What is the pocket pussy?
I don't know, but he obviously...
He broke the pocket pussy. Yeah. Wants to know how to repair it.
Gary knows how to repair these things?
Gary, how do you know how to repair a pocket pussy?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
You don't even know.
No,
right? You have nothing to do with it.
Bullshit.
He is Techno Beaver.
I'll bring you a little bit into Sal's warped world. So, Sal, I saw this video. I think it's up on YouTube, actually. Sal made a video for his son for his birthday. Sal's son is really into Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and all those Indiana Jones movies. So Sal, as a birthday gift to his son, had his son star in an Indiana Jones type movie where a boulder is chasing him.
Right.
So remember Sal came in the other day on the air and told us how he created this fake boulder for his son and what a good dad he is and all that. So this guy calls us Dennis, who claims to be Sal's good friend, and he says, Sal didn't make any boulder. I made the boulder, and Sal didn't even give me credit. And you know what? I worked 15 hours on the fucking boulder, And Sal didn't even offer to pay me or anything.
Wow.
Harry, how are you? My name is Dennis. I'm a friend of Sal's, and Sal threw some bullshit out there in the air on Monday, which kind of pissed me off. Not so much, but this boulder he claimed to have made on the wrap-up show and during Lisa G's news segment was not a boulder he made from nothing. It's a boulder I made and spent most of my own money on to make this boulder that he claimed he built all by himself for his kid's indie party. His kid's indie party consisted of a hat and a whip. That was it until I made the boulder. And what kind of pissed me off is I did speak to him in between each time he took credit for the making of the boulder. And I said to him, he said to me, oh, I should have mentioned your name. I'm sorry. I apologize. And an hour later, he didn't have to apologize. I could give a shit. But an hour later, he goes on a wrap-up show and then distinctly says he made this boulder out of whatever he found in his garage, chicken wire and what have you. And then he called the boulder a piece of shit. So I was insulted that it took me 15 hours over the course of 2 days to make this with zero help from Sal and Christine. So Gary, Sal's a douche. We know this, but you know he's kind of that broken toy everybody can't put down, and he's a dick. I want to call him on this. So, and his pasta sucked, believe it or not. I told him it was great. I worked for Bobby Flay in 2 of his restaurants over the course of 3 years, and I know good food. And I didn't have the heart to tell him his pasta sucked, but it did suck. Okay, his rigatoni alla vodka blew ass. Later, bye.
I figure it's going to bother Sal more that his pasta sucked.
Rigatoni alla vodka.
Yeah, because Sal grew up in the restaurant business and Italian food, and now his pasta sucks. But what an interesting world, like Sal has got guys making boulders for his son, and
yeah, he's like Da Vinci. Da Vinci never actually carved the marble. He had guys do it for him.
Look at who your friends are.
Exactly.
They even call in and throw you under the bus with that.
You know who this asshole is? This is the fucking jerk-off that believes in aliens. That he's my driver.
Right.
And he was driving...
Did he make the boulder?
Yes, he made the boulder, but who gives a shit? I said I made a boulder. I made it with him. I got the supplies. I helped him out as best as I could. But this douchebag is driving me to JFK, and I said, I want to build a boulder for my son. Drop me off at the store. I'm going to pick up a beach ball and put paper mache around it.
Right.
He goes, Sal, why don't we just get some chicken wire and a couple of sticks? He goes, I'll make it.
I saw this boulder. I mean, the two of you would flunk a 5th grade art class.
It sucked?
Yeah. Oh. Well, here's Sal's Indiana Jones video if you want to see it. And there's the boulder chasing his son. This is his son being chased by the boulder. Keep going. There it is. That's the boulder.
I made
Where
that
do you
for my
see that?
boy.
You can see that on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it on the internet.
Yeah.
Why do you put pictures of your son on the internet?
It's just for the family to see. I only sent it to Gary and John Hine.
Okay.
And then you have the boulder run him over. And
he really loves Indiana Jones, huh?
Yeah.
He's whipping the boulder.
That's my boy Aaron. Happy birthday, Aaron. Daddy loves you.
Daddy loves you. And then Dennis says your pasta sucks. And
all right, well, that's fine. Well, first of all, what does he know? This guy's a pot-smoking dirtbag. His taste buds are probably shot. You can put dog shit in his mouth. We don't know the difference between that and good pasta.
Did you make it yourself?
Dennis,
I made it myself.
Dennis, now Sal's attacking you.
I know. Sal's a douchebag. He attacks anybody who doesn't...
Dennis, we're good friends. I mean, are you...
energy to attack him back. His wife has all the energy in the world to abuse him, and so do you, Howard. But I don't have the strength or energy to beat up on a baby or a crybaby or a little boy as he cried 2 weeks ago.
Dennis, we're good friends. We're good friends. I mean, are you that upset about the boulder?
Sal, I consider us great friends.
Dennis, answer Sal's question.
What's up? What is it?
Are we good friends?
Oh, I consider us good friends, yeah.
So well, then why? You know, when you called me,
you know what? Let me tell you, dude. I have ears, and I overhear shit you say, and I don't go through the trouble of attacking you every time you choose to attack somebody else.
I know, but you know, I'm not attacking you. I appreciate you making the boulder. You made it clear. Listen to me. You made it clear you made the boulder. I'm sorry I didn't mention your name, and I know I called you, but...
It has nothing to do with the credit of the boulder.
Okay, well, then I'm sorry. And, you know, you say my pasta sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. I didn't have the time.
Okay, well, all right. Then it sucked.
Pasta blew ass. The broccoli was overcooked, and it was black, and no one puts melted... mozzarella cheese on top of fucking rigatoni alla vodka. But let me finish about the boulder, stupid. Can I finish with the boulder?
This is your good friend. Everyone in your life abuses you.
I am one of his... I consider a good friend.
I think Dennis is a great guy. I'm more upset that he's that mad. I never saw this.
Can I tell you why I'm upset?
Yeah, you said I didn't pay you for the boulder.
No. Let me finish.
And I invited you over to...
Let me finish why... Shut up. Let me finish why I'm upset. Howard, if you're listening. And Robin, anyway, chime in here. What do you call it? Monday, I heard him mention the boulder. I caught just a second of the word boulder. I could care less. I said, hey, Sal, I heard you mention the boulder.
You don't sound like a guy who could care less.
No, well, let me. This is why I care.
All right.
Okay. He then said, oh, hey, buddy, I should have mentioned your name. I said, no big deal.
Right.
No big deal. An hour later on the wrap-up show, he says, I made this boulder with my 2 hands.
No, not specifically.
Shut up. Now, let me finish.
Okay.
30 seconds later, or Howard, whoever I'm cutting off, I'm sorry. 30 seconds later, during his plugs on the wrap-up show, he goes, if anybody wants a big piece of shit boulder sitting in my backyard, come and get it. So what I'm upset about, Howard, is I spent 15 hours, mostly my money, spending on this kid, you know, this thing for his son, which is, I love his kids. The kids are great. And you know what? Christine and Sal's idea of a boulder was a 1-foot-tall beach ball covered in paper mache, and I was like, you know,
all right, I get the picture, Dennis.
Crying on his birthday, and Sal was upset because the boulder.
All right, thank you, Dennis. We get it. I'm very sorry for you.
He's upset.
Don't apologize.
I love you still, Dennis.
All right, boy, you're friends. That's some whacked out world that Sal lives in, huh?
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I'd stay clear of this guy.
Because then he called back. He was like,
how are you? This is Dennis calling off the message last night about Sal fucking taking responsibility, taking credit for someone else's creativity. I know he's been accused of that before, and so lo and behold, show in the hall, he's actually taken my real-life experiences, which is a barking dog in the middle of the night, and put it into his episode last season, and took credit for that, too. I'd like to rip him a new one on the air tomorrow, but I really want to give Sal a piece of my mind, tell him how bad his pasta was and how his comedy act needs a lot of help.
Wow. Those are your friends.
The guy has a dog barking next to him, and he complained about it, and that ties into a dog barking in one of my episodes.
Because you stole it from him.
A dog barking?
His life.
All right, thank you, Sal.
Oh, my goodness.
By the way, Sal called in from the train. He was late today. It sounds like he's calling from jail or something. It's really weird, like, when you call in.
Well, you got these union guys on the train. They're built like fucking Bigfoot, and they have their coolers, and God forbid you speak a little loud in the morning. If these guys hear you, they'll pummel you right there in the chair. From the train.
Hey, Gary, it's Sal. I'm on the train right now. Same train I take every day.
It's that voice that I love. Hey, Gary.
That is
I had Sal over for some lessons on that voice.
You taught him that voice?
Yeah, we had some voice lessons.
Yeah, I should play Bobo versus Bigfoot, shouldn't I?
Yeah, it was fun, man. Bobo, oof.
Or do you want to hear Riley Martin for a second first?
Yeah, something was mentioned about Riley yesterday. I mentioned it.
Yeah, this is from Riley's show. It's kind of funny. He was bitching again about money, but I think I might agree with him this time. You know, Tim gave him, I guess Pharrell was off for a week, and Tim gave him a couple of 4-hour shows. He gave him like a 2-hour show. Yeah, he did the week for Pharrell. He gave him one show. He gave him a 2-hour show, and then another 2-hour show, and then like a 4-hour show, and then I guess Tim paid Riley the same exact amount of money per show, even though they were longer. And
yikes!
It's just fun to hear Riley bitching, but I think I do agree with him.
People, let me get this out of the way. Some of you will remember in the week of March 20th, Iran and myself, we did a Monday night show, a Tuesday night show, and then on the March the 20th, that Friday night, we did a 4-hour show. So I said, wow, maybe the great Tim is loosening up a little bit and throwing us a bone. Now we'll have a 6-hour week. Check came out, they paid me for 3. So I'm saying, hey, they made a mistake again, as they usually do, not tipping off the timekeepers and all this type of stuff. And so I calls up, and I get Jared, which is Tim's assistant, on the phone. And I said, kid, we had 6 hours coming this week. I only got paid for 3. What's up on that? He said, well, Tim say you do one show, you get 1 pay. He ain't said nothing about no time, limited or what have you. You just get the same thing, 1 hour. That's all you get. And naturally, it broke my heart. It was downtrodden. I figured since I've been doing 1 hour a week for the last 3 years, that he was giving me an opportunity to expand a little bit, a chance maybe to get ahead of the phone bill or to buy a little groceries. It's like this. If a person hired you to go 12 miles and pick somebody up and deliver them somewhere, and you did it, and that person said, I'll give you $12 a day. And so, okay. Several days later, they say, well, they moved and, you know, a little further, but now go and get them and come on back, I'll take care of you. And you go over there and you come back and they hand you $12. He said, yo, hold 'em up, dude. I don't be no stickler in the mud here, but I drove 48 miles one way, which is 4 times the distance. What's up on this $12 thing? Well, I promise you, $12 a day, $12 a day. I said, take or leave it, boy. And this is essentially the way that Tim Sabian has done me. I'm sure that
it's going on and on.
And Robin and Howard and perhaps some of those above them got a good laugh out of that. Boy, we snookered them jigs, didn't we? I'm sure they got a good laugh out of that.
I think that's exactly the way we put it.
Requisition.
Robin said it.
From me and Iran would not have paid for 1 session of he and Robin going in to pump that stuff up their butts and just flush out them nuggets and what have you. But now, wow, I'm beginning to think that there is no decency, loyalty, humanity in the world. Now, legally, you know, there's really nothing I can do because I was under the understanding I started with a 1-hour show, so I get paid for 1 hour. But since they juiced me up, they did not tell me, hey, we're just going to pay you for 1 show, 1 hour. Or I would have had an opportunity to either do or decline. They did not tell me that. So essentially, they're telling me there's no such thing as decency, fairness in this showbiz thing. We shall always be, me, Robin, Howard, and the rest, will always be lying, backstabbing, thieving, underhanded people on the face of the earth as best we can. And starving you out doesn't bother us in the least. In fact, we've ate so good until we got to run stuff up our butts in order to get rid of some of the fat. and what have you. It breaks my heart because...
Well, anyway, I was saying to myself, first of all, if the guy needs money for phone bill and food, yeah, I would suggest he treat the 3 hours that he does as a hobby and really get a real job.
He doesn't do 3 hours. Does he do a 3 hour
He does an
show?
hour a week.
He does an hour.
Yeah, whatever he does. I would treat that more as a hobby and get like a real job and pay your phone bill and pay your food bills.
When did a 1 day a week constitute a job?
I don't know. But we just thought it would be a fun little thing for him to do, but he's somehow relying on this as his entire lifestyle.
It's now his livelihood.
Right. So what happened there, although I do agree with him, if he does a longer show.
If he is working more, he should get more.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, for the first time in a long time, I agree with Riley, and I had to clarify some things in this contract because there was some language that...
Clarify.
It's a contract?
Yes.
That little bit of money is ruled by a contract?
Right, absolutely. And I had to clarify some things. Somebody has been taken care of for the 4 hours. So.
He has been taken care of. All right, good. All right.
So getting a contract together probably costs more than Riley makes.
Yeah, how much do we have to pay a lawyer to draw up a contract with Riley? Why did you make... I'm curious. Why have a contract with Riley? Why not just, like if he shows up and does his show, great, and if not...
For our protection, so that we own the content and we have control and so forth.
I see. Well, great.
You stupid bastard.
We own the content. That's some content. The content is a bunch of aliens and...
This gobbledygook.
and bashing us for giving him an hour a week.
Right, and him bitching about the job. That's the content.
Tim, are we scared of losing that content?
Is somebody else after it?
Wow. Yeah, why should we give up our content?
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. On Monday's wrap-up show, John and I took a lot of phone calls. Not all of them were comfortable. We let anybody get through. We'll answer any questions. So there were questions about whether Howard's a hypocrite, about the way he talks about J-Lo, even though you're not allowed to look him in the eye when he walks in the hallway. There were questions about Artie and how come Artie hasn't been on the show yet. So we got peppered with a lot of tough questions, and we answered them all.
Chris in Virginia, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Howard took this call from the guy today and said his wife's not had sex with him for 2 weeks. Right. And, Howard of 10 years ago would have gotten that guy's wife on the phone and grilled her and grilled him together and made great radio. And now, I don't know if it's 15 years of psychotherapy or he's just older or he just wants to get out of the building so fast. It's like he gave that guy his little bit of psychological advice and then sent him packing. And there could have been so much more there. And I don't want to know why Howard doesn't do that anymore.
Well, I think that Howard doesn't feel that way anymore. So he's not gonna act a different way. He's definitely changed. And I think part of it might be his therapy, and part of it is that he's in a relationship with somebody that he really feels strongly about in that sense. But it wasn't like Howard isn't doing that because he wants to try a different tack this week. He was being very honest this morning.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to get out of the building and end the show, if that's where you were going. It struck me more as what Gary's saying. He's in a great place with Beth, and he looks at his relationship in a different way, and that's what he conveys, and he's not going to be dishonest about that on the air.
But I had the same thought as him. I would go, man, if this were like late 80s, early 90s, he'd be like, get rid of her, the whole thing. But he's different now.
Derek in Providence, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey now.
Hey now.
This morning, Howard was talking about J-Lo, and he was calling her insane because she didn't want anyone to look at her or speak to her. Or it was either, I think, when she was on American Idol or some other show. And isn't that essentially the same thing Howard does each day when he has the hallways cleared and he doesn't allow anyone to speak to him?
No, and I'll tell you the difference. Howard's there's a big difference. Howard's like, don't bother me when I get off the show because I just want to go to my office and relax, and he explains that. But after you get out of our compound, Howard doesn't have people surrounding him saying, don't look at me.
Yeah, but doesn't Howard... Well, I don't understand the difference, Gary.
Well, the difference is because I think somebody like J-Lo has people with her all day long doing that.
I don't buy that. I mean, he doesn't let anyone come up to him, even to his station, right? I mean, it's his own separate compound, so now he's out in the hallway, but the hallway itself must be cleared.
That's not true. That's not.
Well, that's what he does.
No. You're asking me a question. I'm telling you. He wants the hallway cleared when he comes out of the studio so he can get to his office. He doesn't want to talk to everybody about. And by the way, when it's everybody, it's everybody. He doesn't want to talk to me or Tim or John Hein or anybody. He just wants to get to his office and meditate. Then when he leaves and he comes out of our compound, it's fair game. He hates it, but nobody's clearing the hallway.
Well, we or some of us know to leave him alone, but it's not like avert your eyes. Here comes, that's.
And there's a big difference between Howard and J-Lo. We don't work for J-Lo.
But you can understand, like, he did call her insane, and I'm listening this morning saying, oh, you're calling her insane. It sounds like, to me as a fan, as a listener, it sounds exactly the same. I mean, to you guys, it's different because you're in that environment.
I grew up with this insanity, so it's perfectly normal to me.
All right. Any chance of getting Artie on the show?
Well, I think Howard addressed that last week.
I didn't hear it.
You should go back and listen to it. I don't know. I'm sure it's online. So, but Howard he talked about after Artie was on Letterman that he doesn't think he's ready, and it got into a whole thing.
What's your opinion?
I defer to Howard. Howard's got to do the interview.
One other thing, Gary. I'm a big fan of the show Larry Sanders and Artie on the show there. He's clearly the boss of the show as the executive producer. As you being the executive producer of the Howard Stern show, do you feel you have that same role as an Artie role or more of a role as an executive assistant?
Somewhere in the middle. I mean, the executive producer of the Howard Stern show is Howard Stern. He inevitably, most important decisions are made by him, or I go to him and we'll talk together, and he appreciates my opinion. But if I say, no, this is the way I want to do it, and he says, no, that's the way I want to do it, Howard's going to win.
Thanks, Derek. Let's go over to Dan in Cincinnati. Dan, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. I want to go back to what you were talking about a little bit ago. Howard, during the show, mentioned that Beth was the love of his life, and I always wondered about that because, Allison married him when nobody gave a shit about him. How can Allison not be the true love of his life? And I've always wanted to get an honest answer out of him about that.
It's hard for somebody to be the love of your life if you're not with them now.
Yeah. But, it's easy to
just because they were in love at one time doesn't mean that Beth can't be the love of his life now.
It's easy to get a Beth when you're Howard Stern now.
No, but Dan, I think you're trying to tell Howard how he feels.
Oh, I know, I understand that, but I think if he really thought about it, who cared about him when he was a nobody?
I'm going to go tomorrow and tell him to think about it a little bit harder because Dan from Cincinnati doesn't like the answer.
Well, let me ask you about something the last caller said now.
Sure.
He mentioned Artie, and, Howard, he likes to play coy about Artie and act like he doesn't exist. And I remember last year you said on the air that Artie wanted to come on the show and tell everybody everything. And I thought sure it was going to happen, but it never did. And Howard obviously put the kibosh on it. I don't understand why.
Well, I think Howard talked about it on the air several times. I mean, we don't act like Artie doesn't exist. And somebody called and asked about it that morning, and Howard talked about how he thought Artie was very funny on Letterman. But when Artie wanted to come on, it was like he was still in treatment. And our feeling was, especially Howard's feeling was, that this might not be a great place for him to be if he's trying to get better.
Yeah, and I thought Howard gave a pretty clear answer last week about that. He said just that. This isn't the best place for Artie necessarily as Artie's working on himself.
And somebody even said to Howard, like, well, Letterman had him on. It's like Letterman didn't have the same relationship with him that I had. Coming here is a very different thing.
Jim in Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, what's up, man? I have a couple things I want to say, but
I went for a tour of the studio about a couple of years ago, and Howard had to leave the studio like twice, and both times Ronnie, the asshole, shut the door on us. And then when Howard came back, he reopened the door. So isn't that the same thing that guy was talking about before on the phone?
Wait, I'm confused.
I know what he's talking about.
He was like ignoring it. It's like saying, fuck, we're his fans, and he shut the door on us so we can't even see him.
Yeah, but what were you doing here? What was your reason?
We were for a tour of the studio, but we were waiting in the green room.
Yeah, when Howard goes by, he does. Here's the problem. I don't think he minds you seeing him. The problem is if he's trying to get from A to B, and then you get up and you go, "Hey, can I take a picture? Here's a book. Remember the time we were in Philly? I saw you. I've got this thing." Then Howard's not going to say, "Get out of my way." He's trying to get. The show has just ended. He said it a million times. I'm just trying to get to my office and decompress.
It's just something he's trying to. The same thing as he complains about other people doing. Ignoring fans or just being jerks.
Well, I mean, when you get right off the show, and I think with anybody, when they get right off the show, they're not looking to meet people.
Well, even when he was walking the halls after the show, we all had to hide.
Why'd you hide?
Well, we were in the green. Actually, went on the. We were coming into your show, the wrap-up show, and somebody made us move to the side. Then he walked by, and we had to go in the show. I don't know. It just sounded like the same shit. And I have one more thing that I wanted to say.
Sure.
It sounded like this morning Howard was getting annoyed at Robin for just constantly cutting into a conversation, like louder than him, and right in the middle of what Howard was saying. She just cut right in, especially in the beginning of the show. It seemed like Howard was getting pissed off, but it's just the way he came back. He would talk even louder.
I noticed that I think it was about the Occupy Wall Street discussion. And, I just think Howard thought Robin had a silly point of view about that.
All right, thanks, Jim. Jason in Manhattan, you're on the wrap-up show.
How you doing, guys? Big fan.
Thanks.
I don't know. I see that there might be a crack in the facade between the bromance between you guys. I don't know. You guys still in love with each other? I don't know. You guys sound like you might be getting on each other's nerves.
Wait, are you talking about John and I?
Yeah, Bobo, you and John.
Not in love, but still very good friends. We spoke over the weekend. But what do you think is the crack? What are you hearing that makes it sound like John and I have something going on?
I don't know. I feel like he'll say something, and you'll have to say something that tops him just a little bit, and. You see, I hear a little animosity in John's voice.
Oh, that. Yeah, that.
I didn't know I was that transparent.
No, we still get along fine. I mean, if you give me a better example, I would totally address it. Because right now you're just going off a tone of voice.
Oh, come on, Gary.
But you'll see, again, if you watch Howard TV, John and I still look at each other when we talk.
So on Tuesday's wrap-up show, the guys got on Benji a little bit for basically being, how Gary put it, sea-struck with a girl that he might not be getting with romantically ever. And then I came in a little bit later, sympathized with them. And that's it.
Benji impresses a girl by jumping into that CNN broadcast, which was really funny, but says he doesn't care if he ever hooks up with her, and I'm calling bullshit on that.
We were just talking to Benji during the break, and we were saying how Marianne, who called today, used to intern for us. Marianne's very cute. And I said to Benji, I know that you were playing sort of the Al Roker model. If I just hang around long enough, she'll see what a good guy I am. And she did. She thought he was a great guy, but she just didn't want to fuck him.
Yeah, but she did want to make out with Booker at the party.
Oh my God,
That's
the funniest story ever. Benji's putting in the time. She goes in the bathroom and Booker goes meow and she makes out with him. That is so great.
That's
it's a story.
It's the worst though. I felt so bad for him.
It's 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. All those movies rolled into one.
Every John Hughes movie happened right to Benji. So, Benji, you were involved quite a bit in the show today.
Yeah.
Was it hard to hear Marianne tell that story about what happened with Booker?
Oh, no. That was literally, I think 12 years ago.
But the point was, it hurt at the time.
Oh, my God, yeah. I was, I had a huge. We've become, we've become super close. We're very good friends for life. She's one of my best friends,
but there was a period of time where you had romantic love for her.
I cried about it. I think I got counseling of how to I tried everything, and the truth is she loves me too. She'll tell you that. Like, she absolutely loves me
as a friend.
Yeah, actually a little more than that maybe, but she might. I don't know if she's gonna call up or anything like that.
No, you're not in a relationship right now, right?
No,
and she's not either.
She date. No, she's not.
So now it's
both dating,
but now it's been down the road, and she still sees what a good guy you are, and still no chance of it. Like, it's no chance that it would ever happen. You wouldn't mind if it happened, would you?
I'm sexually attracted to her, but I'm also sexually attracted to your wife, I'm sure whoever he dates.
The vacuum over there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I find her sexually attractive, and I love her, and she loves me, and we know we have that connection. But I don't have that romantic kind of feeling towards her, and I definitely don't have any kind of sad crush towards her.
Well, it sounds like with the girl you're with now, or trying to be with now, you're gonna hang in there no matter what.
The reason I brought her up is I think there's something fascinating about her, and I think she's an amazingly talented person.
But don't you think there's a part of you that
and I think it's a funny thing, too, the whole asexual...
It's a funny bit to bring up on the air, but the best thing that could happen is in this funny bit, somehow you get laid. It works out for everybody.
It's not just... It's really... I swear my life, it's not just to get laid.
But it wouldn't hurt.
I don't think of her like that. Like, I find her very sexually attractive, but it's like... She possesses a quality that I'm like, wow, this is the kind of girl... whether it's her or someone else that I want to marry.
Yeah, you're C-struck.
What's that?
You're struck by the vagina.
Oh.
You're in lust because you don't really know her.
I'm brain-struck, B-struck.
Have you ever felt this way about anyone else?
Yeah, I've had other girls in my life that have had aspects of this. Obviously, girls I've dated, and some Mary Ann has those qualities. There's people in my life I've met like that. Like Sheila had those qualities. There's people in my life that I've met. There's a girl, Tracy, you've met, that I've dated, that have Charlie, that have amazing qualities. What's your wife's name again?
Debbie.
And
Debbie.
When you did the CNN thing,
yeah,
that was to impress this girl?
Yeah. Because I told you guys, I vowed to completely stop doing that because I don't believe in it. It's like I feel like there's this, there's a slight immorality to it.
Then why'd you do it?
I want her to like me.
So you think she's going to like you more because
she definitely did. She loved it.
So do you think she's falling for your celebrity and not the true you that you are?
Nah, she likes who I am, but she likes for sure she likes celebrity too. But no, she thought it was ballsy and she thought it was funny and she got a kick out of it.
Now, did you guys talk about on the air earlier that she was in that band?
No. Very little. I'll say her name so people aren't. Her name's 𝗛cie𝘄𝗿𝗿.
But what band was she in?
Cobra Starship.
Now they had some huge hits, right? You know the band? Do you know the band Cobra Starship?
No.
They've had hits. One plays them a lot. Did they have that? Were they the Helen Keller song, or am I thinking of a different band?
There's a song about Helen Keller?
Oh yeah, you don't know about that one?
No.
It's just so ridiculous.
Are they doing the noises?
Should I know who Cobra Starship is?
Yeah, they've had a couple of hits on Hits 1. You should know in the sense if you listen to Hits 1 and your daughters listen to them, they would probably know. But she wasn't in the band for the hits. What happened to her in the band?
She got out of it.
She left or she got thrown out?
I think it was a I don't know how much she wants to go into it, but it's from what I know, I think they dicked her over.
It seemed
she originated the guitar in that band, but I'm talking about her as a solo performer. Is her songs, every fucking song is so catchy and so good. Now you might not like that genre, but it's when I said is Katy Perry good, is Lady Gaga good, it's that good. Her name's 𝗛𝗛𝗄𝗿𝗱.
Yeah, you said that.
Yes.
It seemed today though you were making a point to make sure that she was booked on the show.
Well, she's already been booked.
None of us remember. I mean, Gary.
No, I do. Benji's right. Benji brought it up in a meeting, and Howard's like, book her. Don't you remember we were in the meeting? You might not have been in the meeting because you were doing wrap-up show, but Benji actually had somebody play the music from the board while we were in the meeting. And Howard didn't even really care about the music. It was more sort of like, I met this girl. I think her music's really good. She says she's asexual, which is why she wanted to have sex with me. Howard goes, book her.
But it's not like there's something. You guys will see. You know, I know I'm probably, maybe I'm hyping. Maybe it seems like I'm hyping.
You definitely hyped her up. I mean,
this person has an amazing quality, and you'll say this is someone that we're seeing before she's becoming super famous.
Oh, I hope you're right for your sake, and
for whoever she ends up dating.
And for her sake too. Yeah, whoever she ends up. But Howard seemed very skeptical that she's actually asexual.
Well, I am too. I find that fascinating. Like I've read about it, like psychologically, there's been like articles about it that there are people that don't have or have very little sex. I think you might be, in fact, from like what I don't know, but you might be an asexual person.
I don't think I am.
You might not be. I don't know, but you don't masturbate, so that to me
that doesn't mean I don't have sex.
Do you really love it when you have it?
Of course.
Okay. Well, she has told me she doesn't. Like, it's not what it's about for her.
With you.
Exactly. That's the point we're trying to make.
Here's what I think of. I
believe that is possible. I think, look, I absolutely know she didn't use, like I said, she didn't use the word asexual. When I started talking to her about sex and hooking up, and she seems like she's not into it. And I even said to her, is that cool? Can I... Like, that's fascinating to me. Can I bring that up? Like, she knows I work here and everything. And to her, it's not that fascinating, but she really doesn't seem to have a strong...
I think there's a classic scene and line in that movie When Harry Met Sally, when she finds out that the guy that she's been dating forever, who said he didn't want to get married, gets married.
Yeah.
And she goes, I always thought he didn't want to get married, and I realized he just didn't want to marry me. I think that she likes sex. She just may not like it with you.
That's what I would think too. It's hard for me to believe. It's like I've talked to her about. It's like it would be like someone's telling me like, yeah, I don't really like food that much. Actually, Robin has said that, I think. But like, it's hard for me to believe because sex to me is so much fun. Whether it's a psychological reason or a biological reason, I don't think she does right now. And
what about
she might be bullshitting me. She might just be saying that to be
I was going to
sweet.
say, what about the possibility that she does love sex, she just doesn't want to have it with you?
Absolutely possible.
Are you pretty convinced that because she's not having sex with you, that she's not having sex with anyone?
No. I think she's not attracted to me.
No, but do you think she's having sex with other people?
Yeah, she's had sex in her whole
life.
life.
No, but you think right now...
No, I don't think she's having... I don't think she is.
Because that would be weird, right? Then you would be like...
No, we're not dating.
But it would be weird for you to say that she doesn't want to have sex with you because
I think even
she's not into sex, but that she'd be having sex with someone else.
I believe her when I don't think she's... I don't know why, but I don't think she's that... I don't think she looks at sex in the way I do or you do right now.
But even Marianne had a funny joke this morning, which she said... Howard said, did you tell Benji that you were asexual? She's like, no, that's a good one. I told her that's a good one.
No, Marianne loves sex. Marianne and I have talked about it. Like, is she really, like, just, doesn't like sex that much?
One last question, then we're going to go to break.
But that's not why she's not into me. She's not into sex, but also not into me physically. So
it's like if I was
a double whammy.
If I were into sex, it wouldn't be with you.
Right.
That hurts.
Ouch.
No, yeah.
On both levels.
No, but I'm telling you, it's.
But you said today you're putting in the time, and you said today.
No, I'm not putting in the time.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
You don't care if anything happens with her physically, if you don't have a relationship. You just enjoy her. She's your friend. Stuff like.
Well,
no one puts in the time like that, Benji, without hoping for a sexual payoff.
Hope. Like, this is someone that I'm like, wow, I am like blown away by, and yes, this is definitely someone I'd want to date, but I don't feel maybe as vulnerable as I used to be that I would get in like this devastating crush about it. I appreciate her qualities. I want to be around them. If it doesn't work out with her, it's gonna work out with someone else.
Now joined by J.D. Harmeyer, who's another big part of today's show. When Howard was talking about the effect puberty had on him,
big part.
And well, you were in there for the whole Seacrest rap, and he kept talking to you about how tough it is. Growing up a certain way, and I want to know if that was true. Did you feel like you were sort of an outcast or ugly kid growing up?
I've never felt like I've ever been attractive. I mean, I've had, like, girlfriends, I mean, like, what was it, I think 6th grade, I had, girlfriends, but after that, nothing.
Did you win the spelling bee that year?
That's the year I won the spelling bee. The girlfriend I was going out with at the time came and showed up.
The peak. She didn't show up to the spelling bee?
No, she did. A couple friends.
Wow. So 6th grade was the magical year?
Yeah. I think her name was Natalie Spencer. I think. I don't know.
I'm sure you remember.
I remember it as Natalie.
How far did you go with Natalie?
I didn't go very far with. I didn't go far with anyone.
But did you guys? I mean, I don't know what you.
No, nothing happened.
But were you like? How do you know she was your girlfriend? Like, did you guys say we're girlfriend boyfriend?
Yeah, it was elementary school, for Christ's sake,
But so. How did you guys say we're girlfriend boyfriend?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What happened?
High five.
I don't remember. I think she broke up with me for.
He got all famous from Get Smart.
Yeah. Hey, no, that was actually high school, and I did not get famous from that at all.
I would think you'd remember if you broke up with her versus her breaking up with you.
I don't remember.
Now, when you heard that story that Marianne told today about Benji ending up with making out with Booker, and after Benji had put in all that time, did you feel for him? Were you sympathetic at all?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Have you been in that situation at all?
Did Natalie make out with Booker?
I mean, I can't think of a specific example, but I'm sure, I've definitely liked girls that have not liked me in that same way, and then seeing them, be with someone else. It sucks. You want to punch a hole in the wall.
But do you hold on? Do you keep sticking with it, or do you just cut bait?
Depends. I mean, I try to cut bait once. I know nothing's gonna happen ever, but we hold on to this dream. I was telling Lisa G this. We hold on to this dream that one day, maybe. And then, I cut
the bait 8 years into her marriage.
No, but I know what JD's saying, because I've been where JD is, and you're like, I feel the same way. Like, okay, I know I'm not the best looking guy, but if I spend enough time, she'll see that I'm a good person.
Something like that. I mean, it's not.
And they never do.
Yeah,
they just never. Like, I've never had anybody that I felt that way about go after a long time go, wow, I see what I haven't seen before.
But, I mean, I don't know if we can get Lisa in here, but, she'll say, you know what, I'm really looking for a nice guy but the bottom line is the looks come first in a lot of cases.
Well,
and
it's not it's not always just looks. I mean, looks are definitely a big part, but it's also, where you are in life, how successful you are, and what,
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't make a lot of money here, so.
Did you think it's all about money?
I wouldn't say it's all about money, but no. I'm just saying that helps.
You're in better shape than a guy who makes your salary elsewhere because you got a little juice going on as JD from the Howard Stern Show.
There is that fame.
That's true. Well, listen,
don't be humble.
The fame, first of all, there's hardly any fame. Second, it's not a big thing. I told this story recently where I went out to a bar and there were some college chicks there, and this guy tried to introduce me to him. And he was like, "Yeah, he works for the Howard Stern Show." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, cool."
Yeah, but you graduated college 12 years ago.
Well, I'm just saying it doesn't. Whatever.
So what was your move after you got introduced?
I didn't have a move. They didn't. They was like, all right, okay. And they went and talked to themselves.
Well, did you try to talk to them?
I don't remember. I think I said something, but
But again, we can get off into a whole other side conversation. You're waiting for somebody to go, "Oh my God, Howard Stern, he's the best.
No,
let me fuck you."
No. I wasn't saying that. Although that would be nice. But,
has that ever happened?
Has that ever happened? I mean, not. I don't know. Not really. No.
JD.
I mean,
I know it's happened.
Well, okay, through Facebook or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
in the case, yeah. But no. I mean, as far as they've never heard the show and they hear that and then they want to fuck you immediately? No.
I don't know. My friend worked at NBC, and he used to get chicks from the request line back before there was the internet. I would think for you it would be very easy with the internet now.
Well, it's definitely been easier. I'm just, I don't know.
Well, I think you're definitely on the right path, and hopefully you won't experience that sixth grade breakup or any of that other stuff that's happened.
Well.
Have you looked up Natalie on Facebook?
Oh, I've definitely looked up girls. Yeah,
the one
you can't find them though.
The one that got away.
She's hidden.
Well, like the easier ones are from high school. Because these are from elementary school back in Ohio, and like I wouldn't remember.
Well, maybe someone could find Natalie Spencer.
It doesn't matter. Who knows?
Ohio.
Who knows what she's doing now?
Wednesday's wrap-up show was all about who the biggest whore is, and Debbie was the big winner, and we found out how she came to the show. That was through Sal. And Sal came down and explained himself, and that's really all I have to say.
Let's move off of that and off of Robin and on to the three women who did come in today to compete in the biggest horror contest. All three were extremely qualified, and the vote came in, and Debbie was the winner. She beat out Abby and Beth, and I thought that it would be closer. Debbie really got a lot of the votes, and I guess her stories about what she does with sperm is what put her over the top.
Yeah, it was interesting. If you were just listening to it, Debbie just says, I got to blow people 3 times a day. I thought, who was the middle girl?
Abby.
I thought Abby spoke about it also with such a cavalier attitude. Yeah, I met a guy. We did Eiffel Tower. We went there. I met these 2 guys last night. I thought they were all really convincing. But, to take sperm and ask to be frozen, to tell guys to jerk off at a condom and give it to her, that sets her apart.
What about Beth, who's having strangers come over and the kids are asleep upstairs and she's banging them there? Unprotected, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty rough too.
Yeah, I thought
I love the whole. She goes, I have a way to know. And so we go, what's today? She goes, we have them tested. And Howard goes, they bring a piece of paper. She's like, most of the time.
What was the most shocking thing you heard today from any of the contestants? Like you were like, wow. I think when Debbie talked about, having people save up their, Howard was like, I'm out. Like he couldn't even deal with that.
He tapped out.
Was there anything else there that really shook you? How about you, Benji? You've heard some of this stuff before, I'm sure.
Well, I'm going to go back to one thing, to the last thing, that the thing that took it away from me for Abby is that she said she has to be orally pleased to give a blowjob.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that took it away from her. What shocked me? I don't think, to me, it was the thing we've already just said, like freezing the sperm and, I don't know, mailing it to her.
Well, had you heard of the Eiffel before?
I feel I have heard of an Eiffel Tower had to think about it for a second.
We used to call that telephone. One in the mouthpiece, one in the receiver.
But also, I don't know if that implies the guys are kissing to make a triangle. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a whole weird thing. She said it like everybody knew what it was.
Okay.
Oh, I see. I got you. The guys high five, and that's how you get the Eiffel Tower. The other thing, too, is the other 2 girls were really young. So it was almost like, Tony Gwynn was competing with, Rookie of the Year. Like they were 21. In 10 years, they're going to have even more stories. But Debbie is in her 40s, and she's been doing it a long time.
Well, I thought Beth also, she started off saying her marriage was, pretty normal, nothing really crazy going on. And then they talked about opening up the marriage a little bit, and the husband gets off on what she does. And that made for a unique pitch, I thought.
Today was one of those great contests and you always hope for it to go that way. You never know exactly how it's going to go, where the first person comes out and you go, wow, that's pretty good. That's going to be hard to beat. And then the second person comes out and you go, oh, we have a contest here. And then the third person comes out and you go, holy shit. Because sometimes it's a little unbalanced. Today was a very balanced group. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Love the show.
Thanks. What's on your mind?
Gary, I sent you an email. I was just wondering, to make the contest like a little bit more realistic, and I think that's what all the male fans are going for. Is there any way to maybe like next year to keep the two whores like isolated, so this way, because everybody had done that, like telling somebody a story, and then somebody jumps in with even a bigger story just because it's there.
I don't know what you're saying. I mean, isolate them how? You like don't let them hear what the person before them said?
Exactly. So this way, because if you have the two whores there, it's like, oh man, that's a pretty good story. I'm going to have to embellish this one just to make me look like a bigger whore.
Yeah, but Mike, I don't think Debbie was changing her story whether she heard the previous two or not.
Debbie's story was exactly what she said in her original letter to us, which was exactly what she told Will in the pre-interview.
Yeah, I was going to say, the pre-interview notes, if you read them from Will, they were crazy, and all their stories were pretty much in line. And, man, I think if they told a crazier story on air that wasn't in the notes, we'd assume they were making it up. Right. Why wouldn't you say that to Will? I didn't go back and cross-reference everything, but I think pretty much in line with what
you don't think
notes.
the semen popsicles was like a last minute? Just like,
I freeze it.
Big Al, you're on the wrap-up show.
Question.
Big Al.
Great. Hello.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Al?
Yeah, so
You know what? We got to get rid of Al.
Yeah, sorry, Al.
But Al said, how did you find Debbie? And we solicited for the contest, and she wrote us.
Will said that he's been trying to get Debbie on the show in some way for a while. So I think we solicited for the other people, but we knew that Debbie would fill out for the biggest whore.
She might have just written us before the contest started, which makes her even better.
Exactly. That's what I mean. She's more of a true whore.
Producer Will Murray. Will, a caller before asked how we found Debbie, but how did we find all the contestants for the contest?
Well, everybody submitted an entry form for this, but Debbie, we had come to our attention earlier through Sal, if you believe it or not. He was friends with a dirty, filthy whore.
Sal?
That's right. Sal said he had known her before and had urged her to enter, and then I got an IM during the contest from somebody over TV that said, how much you want to bet Sal Siemens in her freezer?
I would bet anything.
Do you think that Sal would get off, like, in other words, he can't fuck her because he's married. Do you think Sal could sexually get off on the fact of jerking off and giving it to her knowing that she would drink it?
Yes.
Do you think that works for him?
100%.
I don't know what works for Sal.
That would get
Gary,
off for him.
He gets off on Debbie the Queefer's panties hanging in his office. I think he loves a girl that will submit to anything.
Would your wives get mad at that? If you
yeah. Well, I mean, Benji, you've done some crazy stuff. Would you do that if she asked you to jerk off? And
I wouldn't get anything out of it. I mean, like to
You get to
mail
jerk
her.
off.
I mean, yeah.
She couldn't take it. If you jerked off immediately and froze it and gave it to her, she couldn't take it and use it
If
to
a
get
real
pregnant.
hot chick was in front of me, like saying, "Oh my God, I gotta like swallow your cum," I guess that would do it. But just to go to the trouble of freezing it and then figuring out a way to ship it to her, that would be too much.
But Will, these were three well-qualified whores.
Oh, they were great. I mean, I don't know if everyone liked the contest, but I thought Beth was a home run with the husband stories, and I don't even know if we got into the full extent of that, because one of the things she told me during the pre-interview is that her husband gets she lets the guys come inside of her, and then she likes the husband to have sex with her while the other guy's load is still inside.
She mentioned it. They didn't go deep into it, but she did mention that the husband will bang her immediately.
Is that some sick shit?
Is that her thing or his thing?
That's his thing. That's the husband's thing.
But she's up to help him out.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't even sound like it was really an open marriage. It was like, I'm just going to whore my wife out.
Right.
Hey, Sal, Will says that Debbie came to us through you.
Debbie actually Facebooked me about a year ago, and she just wanted me to get together with her. She wanted to, fly me out to Florida and have me come for her. And I let her. I made her.
Was she going to pay you?
No, I don't know. I don't remember the specifics. I was so blown away by that particular solicitation. I've never had that before. And at first I thought, hey, this is somebody roping me in. I work on the Stern Show. Somebody's playing a joke on me. So, I treaded lightly. I said, well, what else do you do? And she said she had a cum fascination. And I said, yeah, well, why don't you show me a few of those cum fascination pictures? And those came through, and then she said, I just had a guy, I just cut open 8 condoms and drank them. And I'm like, all right, let's see that. And sure enough, she sent that. And that's when I said, hey, you know what? This girl could be great for the show.
She sent us a picture of a table covered with cut condoms.
Yeah.
Just see, like 15 of them on this table.
See, this is my worst fear, and you know what I'm about to say, John,
Yes.
that Sal gets to be the creepy guy he is under the guise of doing research for the show.
It's for the show.
In
But
other
the
words,
way-
if he would have done this when he was a stockbroker, he probably would have been fired.
Right.
But here,
he's a star.
He's a star.
Going back to the beginning, which is actually very good. It's beneficial. The girl emailed me. She sent me the pictures. I forwarded it to Will, the segment producer, and she became the biggest
But wait a second,
whore
wait
in
a
the
second,
world.
wait a second.
So
The way
it all
you
worked out
started,
well.
the way you started explaining the story, she wasn't looking to come on the show.
Right, she
it was
wasn't.
a private correspondence between
Yes.
you and her. So, and then you're exchanging these pictures in a private way, and
Yes.
then you decided she might be good
No,
for the show.
I thought I was being roped into a scam. She sent in the
What, are we going to call the
pictures.
FBI, do a sting operation?
No. I
It
thought she
sounds
could. Listen, whenever somebody emails me in any capacity, I work for the show. I think, hey, could this possibly be good for the show? I'm obviously not going to go out there and ejaculate on this girl as much as I'd like to. Don't get me wrong.
Obviously.
Well, but the things that once she followed through, I forwarded everything to Will.
But that was the question we had. If she said, hey, Sal, would you jerk off for me and send it to me and I'll hold on to it and then use it down the road? Would you do something like that? And did something like that sort of get you off?
It wouldn't get. I mean, the only time I would get off is actually jacking off, and no, that wouldn't get. Just to pass it off to somebody, no, that wouldn't.
Well, knowing she's going to drink it and think of you, and
the fact that she drinks it and thinks of me, that's a little hot. It's so creepy and so disturbing that it's hot, but I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a 50-50.
Do you think it's the kind of thing that your wife will be upset about? Because you're doing something here and sending it there. You're not in the same room. There's no physical contact.
You know, she probably would be upset, but the thing is that, think about this. You go to sperm banks, right? And you're creating life out of it. So there is pleasure that comes out of that. So you are jacking off. You are putting your semen into a container. The semen's going into something else. Life is being created. People are being happy. So what's the difference? I put my semen in a condom. I ship it off. I'm happy. She's happy. Because same thing, but there's no pain in the ass kid that's being born out of it. But actually, it's more beneficial.
But she's a little different than a sperm bank, Sal.
What?
She's a little different than a sperm bank.
Yeah, she's taking it in her mouth versus a vagina. That's the difference. One hole versus the other.
What is the difference? I guess, listen, sounds making a little sense. What's the difference between jerking off and handing the girl a doggy bag of your semen and jerking off at the booths that you go to? I mean, you're still jerking off in front of a chick.
I personally don't find that super duper hot. I'd rather have full-blown sex, and oral.
Well,
but if the fact that this girl does it, it's interesting. It's interesting enough that she's the world's biggest whore, so she's doing something right.
Yeah, I think it's more interesting than hot.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think we got our answer, Gary.
I do too.
All right.
It's getting very dangerous for me to walk around and even speak to people anymore.
What happened?
Because so many people can't get on this show.
Uh-oh.
I was leaving the building last week.
Who'd you run into?
And I ran into 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏𝗏, the guy who used to play Hercules.
Oh, please. I was called out to the green room before he got to you. Let me come in and tell you this. We'll tell our stories together.
I mean, let me ask you something, because I get this all the time.
I mean, Kevin Sorbo's got to know on some level things aren't exactly hot for him right now in Hollywood. I mean, why is it so shocking to people that they can't get booked on a show?
So there's a really funny move that people like that have. So it's 8:30 last Wednesday, and I've been told that Kevin's out in the outside green room, and he really wants to see me. So I go out there, and the move is, I'd love to say hello to Howard.
Oh.
And I say, well, we're on the air right now. And he goes, yeah, that's what I mean. I'd like to come in on the air and just say hello, which is meaning I want to be on the show.
Yeah, people think we have nothing to do.
And that was a day that we had 3 guests.
Yeah, so I go, listen, we're on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. We want to do 2 guests a day. You know, we don't get as many people on. And by the way, today we had 3 guests on. Howard yelled at me for having 3 guests on. So, you know, and he still, I seemed a little disappointed that he still couldn't walk in and say hello.
I mean, he's not Bob Hope.
I mean, he's a nice guy, but he really wanted to get in.
Well, he does have an interesting story because he wrote this book called True Strength, I think.
Yeah.
And it's all about how, you know, as Hercules, you know, he's like in great shape, a strong guy. He actually had an aneurysm and had 3 strokes and almost lost his life.
Because of all the working out?
I don't know exactly what caused it, but, you know, the book is about his comeback. You know, like he lost, his sight was impaired.
So nobody even knew he had to come back.
It was between seasons of the show, and he
probably
said,
all that working out.
He said at first, I said, well, how did you deal with it? He said, I came back and we shot for like an hour a day. And then we shoot for 2 hours a day. It was an interesting story.
Listen to me, Gary. All of that working out and putting pressure on the joints and the pressure and your head, and it's very difficult. There's too much working out, and really, it's not necessary.
But, Mom, he played Hercules.
Hercules, yeah. He had to work out all the time for Hercules.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he's supposed to be in incredible shape.
Is that right? Listen, your father and I are in good shape. We walk. We go to the gym once a week. But he's overdoing it. And you're overdoing it.
What do you mean?
All that running around. All of that exercise.
Oh, your heel hurts.
Of course. Because of the pounding is very hard on the joints.
Ma, I'm fine. I want to do some exercise. I sit in a chair all day.
Listen, I said movement is good. Your father and I walk.
Yeah, but I'm not 85 fucking years old. I can run.
Oh, yeah? You think that's... Your father never ran, and neither did I.
Look, I'm not going to talk about this. You're making me cuckoo. And Kevin Sorbo absolutely had to work out hard to be Hercules.
Oh, yeah? All right, look. Yeah, I'm going to go now.
All right, goodbye. That's the lecture.
So anyway, I ran into him later in the afternoon. And I'm just seeing this guy walk by me, and I'm like, oh, that's Kevin Sorbo. And I said, Kevin, hi. And he turned around.
That was your mistake. Why'd you say hello?
I know, but you see somebody, you don't know that this intrigue has gone on.
So I walk. You got to see me walk out. You walk out of here today with me. No one can even catch me. I sprint right out of this building. No one catches me.
Well, I stopped to say hello, and I got the whole, I wanted to come in today, but Gary wouldn't let me.
Well, that means Gary's doing his job.
Yeah, Gary's the bad guy.
Yeah, Gary, why don't you tell me Kevin Sorbo?
Can I tell you the great game that I play now? It's actually a physical game. We pass on a guest, right? Then we finish the show, and I go to do the wrap-up show, and that guest is sitting in the lobby.
Right.
So I now have to wait till they look the other way and run behind them.
Do you really do that?
I really do that.
My God. Hey,
I've done that with a lot of people.
Speaking of the wrap-up show, I do want to address this. I don't know if you heard it. Chances are you did, but Ronnie and Sal had a real good fight on the wrap-up show.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Ronnie and Sal.
Yeah, Ronnie and Sal. Like, Sal took some low blows to Ronnie about his marriage breaking up, and
It started
I
out
thought it
with
was outrageous.
It started out with who would go Skippy on Howard on the show. That's what the conversation started. So then
Right.
Sal's name came up, and then Sal got mad at Ronnie because Ronnie said, "Well, Sal's crazy; he could do that," and Sal went right at him.
You are nuts, Sal. Do you know why?
Why?
Because once you make a statement like you make, all your stupid statements, and you say, well, I don't mean that now. Once you make that statement, you can never take that statement back.
What, are you, a shrink?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't take that back. All
I'm
these
not
crazy
taking.
things
I'm
that
not
you take-
taking it.
all
I'm
these
not taking
crazy
anything
things.
back.
No, you say you've improved. You didn't improve.
Sure,
It's all
people
there,
change.
dude.
People
You're also-
change.
you're still fucking nuts.
Have you not changed?
None of that shit
Have
goes
you not
away.
changed?
It
You used to be a
never
normal,
goes
sane
away.
man, married to a nice woman with kids, and now you're out.
Why are you bringing that
You're
up?
this
What do
old
you want?
wacky elf in strip clubs every night.
What is
You
that?
fucking changed. You went fucking nuts. Look at you. You look like a 4-year-old with a mustache on for Halloween. You're
I'm
a little
sorry
fucking
you're so jealous of my
loudmouth,
life
wacky,
now. I'm
grouchy
sorry.
idiot who parades around in strip clubs. You had a
I don't
nice
parade
family,
around
which
in
I would
strip
consider to be
clubs, dude.
normal.
You can't
gotta-
wait.
you
Wait
know?
a minute. Who's the guy who can't wait to get to the strip club tonight?
Well, tonight
Who's
is
the
a
guy?
special event.
Huh? Who's
At
the guy
Rick's.
who can't wait to get there?
But I still have my sanity. I'm still.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
You're
do.
not happy.
Yes, I'm very
No,
happy.
You're not happy.
I'm extremely
No, you're
happy,
not.
you
Don't
asshole.
go down my road where what I did.
Your road is
At least
busted and old.
If I wasn't happy, I
Your
left.
road is decrepit. You have a
Okay?
dirt road going
You're
to
a
nowhere.
stupid ass. You hang
You're a
out.
road where
You're not
fucking
happy.
rapists down south drive up chicks and fuck them and cut their head off. You have
What
no
are you
road.
talking about?
Your road is a demented,
Why
dark
would you even say
shithole.
something? When would I ever say something like that?
You're not.
Look at this demented shit that you come out
What
with.
demented shit?
You
if I
gotta
come,
worry
what
about
demented
you.
shit? What demented
You're
shit if I come
fucking
out?
nuts. You
I'm
really
not
are.
nuts. I'm not nuts.
I mean, you make statements like you make, man. That's fucking nuts. I would never say shit like that.
Oh, because I asked my boss 5 years ago if I could sleep. Guess what? When I worked in Wall Street, I could have asked my boss
would
to
ask
stay
their
over.
boss to sleep in their house?
But he's got this
I could
fucking
see
size
if
of the
it was a
house
blizzard.
of a fucking mall. You think there'd be a little room for one of its employees for one goddamn
Listen,
night?
let me tell you.
No, I'm asking me.
Let me tell
why.
you something. Howard
Oh,
offered
stop.
to
I'm
let
not
me
being
sleep in his
analyzed.
house a million times when we've had bad weather. Okay.
There you go. So you just proved my point. He let you
But
sleep
he
over.
offered. I didn't ask him.
Okay, well that would.
Why
so
would you
what?
even think of asking
Because I was
him?
confident enough as a friend to ask him because I was in the city. That doesn't make me crazy. To ask somebody who you
You're
consider
not
a
that good
friend,
friend
to
of
sleep
his.
over
I'm
is not crazy.
I wouldn't even do. I'm with him way longer than you. I would never think of asking him. Hey Howard, can I sleep in your house tonight?
Well, that's
What are
you.
you, a fucking
That's
whack
you.
job? I'm telling you, you are a whack job.
I'm not a whack job for
You
that.
are.
By the way,
Yeah.
we were talking to Sal about how he would be the one to go skipping. He's like, I'm not. You're perfectly normal. So we brought up the sleeping thing, and he goes, that was a long time ago. I get it now. But in that clip, you could see he doesn't get it because
No,
he
he
clearly
doesn't.
thinks you were wrong to not let him sleep over.
Yeah, like I have a big enough apartment that I should let him just sleep over.
In the meantime, there are a lot of people who he really was friendlier with that had apartments in the city that he could have asked Will.
Right.
He could have asked a lot of other people.
No, he would be more comfortable at my place.
Of course he
You
would.
have the room.
Right.
You practically owe it to him.
You wouldn't even know he was there.
People make big transitions in their life. They're capable of doing it, and that's what I did.
That was the point you made, but you made
did
it
it
sound
in a
like what he
horrible
did was
way,
bad and
Well,
evil
I'm sorry,
for doing
I didn't mean it that way. The
That's
point that
exactly
I'm-
what you meant.
But it's a big transition to go
But
from a
you're
family
backpedaling
to
now.
a wild swinging old fart at a strip club. That's a big transition.
Dude, I'm not a swinging old fart at a strip club. I don't live there. I don't know where you get this
well,
idea
the point I'm trying to
from.
make is that you said I
I
don't
work for them. I do appearance for them. I go
You do
there
a great
once in
job.
I'm
Take
not
it easy,
there
old man.
all
Listen
the
to me.
time.
You're very
you
good,
think I'm
very
there every
good.
goddamn fucking night? You're out of your mind.
Ronnie, the point I'm trying to make
You
is
are
that
out of your mind.
you said I don't have the ability to change. You changed, and you're doing fine. So I changed.
How do you know
as well.
I'm doing fine? I might not be doing fine. I might have put
And
on
you
a-
didn't say he was
I might
doing
be
fine
putting
at
on
all.
a great show
Well,
for everybody.
you
Maybe
said
I'm not doing
He
fine.
says he's happy all the
you
time.
painted him as the
All right,
opposite
you know
of
what?
fine.
You changed and you're not doing fine. I changed and I am doing fine.
No, you're not doing fine.
I'm doing fine. You're not doing
because
fine.
your thoughts came out to him about how you felt
My
going
thoughts.
back a long time ago.
Big deal.
No, it is a big
Ask the
deal
guy
because you can't take back what you've said.
I'm not.
Boy, when those guys argue, it goes on and on and on.
Jesus.
I'm getting a little woozy from it.
I love in the first clip how Sal used the word demented, and then Ronnie thought it was a good word too. And
He
they
said
both,
demented.
So they both sort of go back and forth with demented.
I was surprised
It's
either
the
one of them.
demented argument.
I was surprised either one of them knew the word demented.
Can they I think they just knew it sounded cool.
Yeah. Wow. Sal going in there with the marriage stuff and the whole thing.
I think that Robin Salem opened up a door, and now
Yeah.
everybody's rushing through it.
Yeah. She kind of she led the way. Now it's Ronnie's whole thing.
There was a breach.
Yeah, there was a breach. No one was really bringing that
No one
up.
was touching that.
Ooh,
Salvatore.
Yes.
Seemed like the argument you had with Ronnie recently was rather deep-rooted. The fact that you went right for the jugular, you really attacked.
First of all, there is no jugular left in that guy. There's no jugular. There's nothing there. I mean, it's like picking up a cadaver. There's no jugular.
I mean, Sal can't ruffle my feathers. I could say plenty about him, but I don't. There's plenty more I could let out there, and I'm sure that he thinks there's plenty more he could let out on me. But you know what? I got plenty up on him.
Is Ronnie delusional? Do you think that he isn't able to step outside and realize how much he has changed and how much?
Well, Ronnie called me out for not changing. Once you say something, that's it. You can't change. Apparently, he has changed. So, he is delusional. If he's telling me that I can't change, yet he's a man who changed, who's the one that sounds like a stupid asshole?
I'd have to say he does, but
right. You have to say who, Greg? The man behind the camera?
Ronnie.
Well, there you go. And you represent the audience. Because right now I'm looking at the audience.
Exactly.
An audience, who's the stupid asshole? Ronnie. There you go.
He's a little bit of an idiot, and I told him that to his face, and then I'll tell him whatever I wanted to his face. I'm not afraid to tell him anything. Or you.
I'm not saying you're afraid.
You're a pain in the fucking ass, too.
I know I'm a pain in the ass, but that's my job.
That's fine. But I have no ill feelings towards you. We get along fine, don't we?
We get along swimmingly.
Okay, swimmingly. I like that.
But you and Sal, the fact that you were ready to open up these wounds, you're ready to go for the jugular.
Well, he started it, dude.
Right, but normally if you have an argument with someone that you like, you don't go instantly to
Well,
use
what do you
such
think?
harsh words.
You got the wrong person, man. I'm not going to stand there. You're going to stand there and attack me. You think I'm going to stand there and take it without shooting back my gun, taking out my gun and shooting you?
I'm just talking about how venomous the argument became. Speaks to the fact that maybe there was a beef between you and Sal prior
It started
to this.
as a talk about him being a little off the wall for trying to sleep in Howard's house. That's how it started off. Then we went to how I left my wife and I'm living in a strip club and all this kind of bullshit. Where do you translate that to? That's not going for the jugular? I didn't say anything like that to him. I could have said plenty and I didn't.
He was being honest and I was being honest. But overall, I like Ronnie, and Ronnie, I tend to believe Ronnie likes me. He probably won't admit it, but we get along. We're just, I wouldn't even say ball breaking. I think he was trying to give me a dose of tough love, but it doesn't work with him. He's the last person on earth that you want to get advice from.
You're not gonna take sanity advice from a guy who wears tinted glasses indoors.
No, and skin-tight belly shirts and turtlenecks, and a man who dyes his beard and wears skull and crossbone T-shirts on the weekends at the age of 62 years old. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And likes a vibrator rubbed against his asshole. And has dreams about sucking dick and getting fucked with the pussy. That's, yeah. You know what? Come to think of it, I will take sanity advice from him.
You can't take it back.
It's coming from a guy who says, last night I dreamt that I had a pussy and a man was fucking me. And he's talking about me taking back shit? If I had a dream like that, the last thing I would do is say it on the show that has 20 million listeners, you stupid jerk off. God. Case closed. Captain Sanity. You're looking at it.
Yes, Vince. Then we'll get right to the news. Yeah, Vince.
Hey, You know, I was watching an old episode of, this is a question for all you guys. I was watching an old episode of To Catch a Predator. And I was just wondering if you guys had a relative, whether it be a son or a father or anything that got caught in one of those things, how would you handle it? Would you disown him? Would you not talk to him? Like, what would you do?
If my son was a child molester,
well, if he was going online and meeting,
I would never abandon any of my children. You know, but I
what
guess,
do you do?
I mean, I think at this point you just if you know he's a child molester, you have him locked up because he's going to ruin some kid. But you have to, right? You can't protect a child molester under any circumstance.
What if it's an uncle, a cousin?
Can't protect him. Got to report him.
But, you know, do you have them to family events?
Are the kids there?
You gotta. It's all adult events.
I don't know. Like if your son.
See, these are sticky issues.
If your son's a child molester, do you have him to family events? Well, hopefully you've reported him to the authorities and he's not available for family events.
You know, they do get out eventually, Howard. They don't lock these people up for life.
Oh. Well, I guess I'd have to have him at family events, but I have to say, hey, everyone, listen.
He has to wear a scarlet letter.
My boy's a child molester. I love him because he's my son, but at the same point, he's fucked up. So, you know, enter at your own risk.
See, that's the problem. On the show, so many people come through, and then they say that they were molested by somebody, and then you say, oh, did you ever see him again? They say, yeah, I see him every year at Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
We exchange gifts.
It's
I don't
so
know.
uncomfortable.
Doesn't make sense.
Look, I grew up with my molester.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
Robin. But Robin couldn't get. You needed a father. I mean, not that you needed a father. How do you get your father out of the house when you're a little kid? You can't.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a different situation. He's asking if your dad found out you were the child molester. What do you do?
Well, you know what? I was looking that last week. I did that story about the guy they arrested, and he had porn on his phone, and his zipper was down, and they thought he was one of the guys molesting women in Queens and Brooklyn. And it turns out that they had to let him go after the story broke. But he was still out there in the middle of the night with his zipper down and porn on his phone.
Yeah, but he was just doing it by himself. He wasn't harming anyone.
So
I want to know what guy.
How do you treat him at Thanksgiving?
I want to know what guy doesn't have porn on his phone.
Yeah, but you're not outside.
You have your dick out of your zipper outside.
Oh, well, that's tough. That's when you know something's wrong.
But so the point is, okay, say you have a son, and your son's a child molester.
Right.
And he's been convicted.
Right.
Done his jail time.
Right.
But in your mind, you know he did it once, and so now you have family gatherings where there's kids there. What do you do?
I think you say to him, hey, son, you are a child molester. I can't have you around children. And evidently you don't know how to conduct yourself with proper behavior.
But I'm cured.
And so we can't.
There's no cure.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I can't trust you in those situations. Sometimes your kids can't be part of everything. It's a tough thing to say, but you got to say
you
it.
You can't meet your cousin or
Right.
your uncle.
Your cousin's a very hot 5-year-old. What are you going to say? Oh, if this happens one more time, you're in big hot water with me. No, you got to say, listen, you broke the trust and you can't be at family gatherings, and it's not going to change. And if the kid can't handle it, tough shit. That's the consequence. Go ahead, Pat. You have the last word.
Yeah, Howard?
Yeah.
I want to ask Robin, on her free time, does she ever go out to the bars or the clubs in New York?
No.
Sure she does. She's lying. Why would you say no?
I don't do it on a regular basis.
He asked if you ever go to bars and clubs to meet guys. You do. You have a pack of gals you go with, and you.
But I haven't done that in a long time. Maybe
why,
I've
you
turned
embarrassed?
over a new leaf. I don't know. I just haven't done it.
Why did you lie to him? That's not like you.
Do the guys
It
hit on her?
just seemed like the right answer at this moment.
No.
Do the guys hit on her when she's out there?
Sure they do.
I mean, she is attractive. When you go on YouTube, they show pictures throughout the years of Robin. I don't particularly care for her in the WOR days, but she cut her hair.
You mean WNBC days?
No, WOR
on the shows.
Oh,
I mean,
she
she
looked
cut
lovely.
her hair too short, but as she got older.
I like that look with that short little afro, the flat top. That was one of my favorites. I thought I loved your hair like that.